Which type of beer would you say I prefer, bitter or lager? Go on, have a guess. Well, actually, it may surprise you to learn... No, you're right, it's bitter. But it didn't used to be. For most of my drinking life, I drank lager. And to be honest, part of the reason was that I quite liked it, that about me, at least, was not entirely predictable. I mean, I accept it was a small thing. It's not as if my drink of choice was a Manhattan or a raspberry milkshake, but still it was something. But lately, the centre of gravity of my stereotype has finally pulled me in, and I have reluctantly conceded that bitter is just a nicer, more interesting, less fizzy drink. I know, give me 10 years and I'll be smoking a tweed pipe. The other reason I avoided bitter, though, is that it was invariably advertised as creamy, which sounds revolting. Who in the world, when looking for a long drink at the end of the day, wants it to be creamy? Who drinks a pint of cream? In fact, of course, bitters are almost universally not creamy. They're sharp and crisp and thirst-quenching and, well, bitter. The only ones that are in the slightest bit creamy are the horrible pressurised ones you get on tap in an all-bar one, and the fact that they're creamy is a flaw, a fault of the system by which they're mass-produced and served. And no doubt in some marketing meeting once upon a time, people puzzled over what to do about it. "You can't get away from it," said one of them, probably called Zach. "It's just not very nice. It's not crisp at all. It's gloopy. It leaves a sort of film in your mouth. It's almost creamy." "Wait a minute," cried another, possibly named AJ. "Creamy, that's a good word. That's a heritage word. Creamy, that sounds like a good thing. Sounds like how things used to be in the good old days. I reckon if we polled people as to whether they thought Britain had got more or less creamy over the last 50 years, they'd say less, and they'd be sorry about it. Everything in the past was creamy, wasn't it? Call me crazy, but I reckon we can actually promote this beer as being creamy and make that sound like a good thing." And with that, Zach and AJ went on to win many advertising awards and lose their immortal souls. I also like wine, but the thing bitter has got over wine is that it's all priced at pretty much the same level. With wine, you can essentially tell the quality of any particular bottle pretty accurately by referring to the other label, the little one with the numbers on it. But if there are 5 bitters on tap in your local pub, well, firstly, well done for living so near such an excellent pub. They'll all cost about the same, so knowing which one you want and expressing a personal preference is more personal, and so more of a preference. So that's bitter for you. Nicer than lager, more democratic than wine, and not in the least bit creamy. Cheers.